Hello, grade 2 students. This is Teacher Charlene, welcoming you all again for our science class online. How are you feeling today? I hope you still have the energy and excitement to learn more about science. Okay, before we start, I want you to be ready with these things that will be needed in our studies. Okay, first is your textbook, your pen, and also worksheets. Are you ready? Very good. Now, let's have a review. We are going to focus with the two worksheets that you have last week. Okay? Let's have first worksheet number 3. So the first part is the word to know that we have, which is about volume. Okay? It says here, write a sentence that uses the word volume. What is your sentence then? Okay, or we can have also like this. Volume is the amount of space that matter occupies. Clear, guys? Very good. For the second part of the worksheet, you are asked to explain about the effects of different conditions. Okay, for number 2, so it says here, how can heat change a solid? Give an example. Okay, in your previous lesson, what is the effect of heat to solid? Will it become gas or liquid, or will it remain as solid? Yes, any answer? Very good. That is, the heat can melt the solid. So therefore, it will be changed into liquid. Example of which is the melting of ice. Okay, very good. How about number 3? How can cold or low temperature change a liquid? Give an example also. Can you give me an example wherein the water or the liquid is affected by cold or low temperature? Very good. That is, the low or cold temperature can change liquid water to solid. Example of this is making ice. So looking at number 2 and 3, these are just opposite processes. Is that clear? Very good. Now, let's proceed to the third part of the worksheet. Okay? So, you are asked here, what will happen to the puddle? Tell why. So, what is a puddle? So, this is a deposit of water after the rain. So, what do you think will happen to it? Yes, very good. The word evaporation. So we studied this already. So evaporation means the change of liquid into gas. And that is also the process that is involved in this. So the puddle will dry because the water will evaporate because of the heat of the sun. Okay? Did you understand this? Very good, grade 2. Now, let's review worksheet number 4. So, here, we will be talking already about combined materials. For number 1 question, what are the materials that are combined to make the bicycle? Okay, what do you think are those? Okay, so we can say that the bicycle can be made using metal or the steel, plastic, rubber, and foam. Okay, you may also suggest other materials that you think are used in the bicycle. Okay? For the second part, so you are asked to compare and at the same time contrast these two pictures. So there are two pictures of houses. We have to compare the houses and tell how they are alike and different. Okay? What makes them alike? Very good. Both houses are made by combining different materials. And how about their differences? So, what do you think is the difference between these two houses? Very good. But the materials that are used are different. The first house is made of wood, while the second house is made of glass and concrete materials. Is that clear? Okay, very good. And I'm hoping that you did well in the two worksheets that you have last week. Okay, very good, grade 2. We are still with lesson 5, how can you combine materials? But this time, we will just be focusing on the last two pages, that is pages 46 and 47. Are you ready? For our objective, so we still have the same as of last week. That is, observing that materials have different properties and provide evidence that materials can be combined to form different things. So in this lesson, we are going to give other examples. Okay? So be ready now because we are going to start already with our lesson. Turn your book now to page 46. We are going to talk here about materials that are needed in making houses or building. Okay? So we study about bridges in the previous lesson. So we say that bridges are structure and houses and towers are structure too. Okay? So what do we mean by structure? So when you hear the word structure, it means something that is constructed. So the bridge, the houses, the towers are all structures. Did you get it? Grade 2? Very good. Proceed now to page 46 of your book. On this page, we are going to study about the different materials that are used in building houses and buildings. Okay? So, last week, we talked about bridges and we say that bridges are structures. Houses and towers are structures too. Okay? Take a look with these pictures. So what do we mean by structure? Okay? So when we talk of structure, it means something that is constructed. So bridges, houses, and buildings are things that are constructed. So we say they are all structures. Is it clear, grade 2? Very good. And what are these materials being used in constructing structure? So we say that many structures have concrete and steel parts. Other materials used in the structure are glass, wood, stone, and brick. Each kind of material has its own properties and uses. So when they use these materials, they always consider the properties. So here are examples of this. So we have the bricks, cement, the concrete, sand, the reinforcement or usually the metal parts, glass, plastic, wood, and tiles. So these are the most common materials used in making those structures. Get it? Very good. What are the common properties of those materials that are used in building structures? Okay, so just like in the picture, what do you think are the common characteristics of these materials? Okay, first, strong. Yes, these materials are strong. They should be flexible. Can you give me an example of material here that is flexible or that can be bent? Very good. We have the metal and also the plastic. Okay? Next is durable, meaning it is not easily destroyed. Okay? So almost all of these materials are durable. Okay? And hard. And lastly, sturdy. Sturdy means almost the same as strong. Okay? So these are the common properties of materials that are needed in building different structures. Clear, guys? Very good. Okay, grade 2. I want you to think about this thing. Okay, what do you see in the picture? Very good, glass. Would it be possible that a certain structure will be made only of glass, or based on what you heard or read, why do you think it would be unreasonable to build a structure entirely of glass? Have you seen a bridge, a building, or a house made of glass alone? Would it be possible? Very good. No is the answer. So why do you think so? That is because a structure made of glass would not be strong enough. It would need steel or concrete parts to help make it strong. So that's why you will notice that some buildings or houses make use of glass, but there are still steel or concrete part of it. So materials are combined to make the structure stronger. Clear? Very good. Just like in this example, so we have here a house. So I want you to notice that this house is made up of different materials, okay? So the windows are glass, okay? So we have the wall, or the outside walls are brick and mortar, and the door pane is, or the door frame are wood. So it only shows that this house could not be built with just one material. They needed a combination of materials. Did you understand? Very good. Just like houses, buildings also are made up of different materials. Turn your book now to page 47. We are already with materials in making towers or buildings. So take a look with this picture. So this is the Reunion Tower found in Dallas, Texas, USA. So we call it a tower because this is a very tall building. So tower is another word for skyscrapers or very tall buildings. Take a look with the upper part of the tower. So what are the materials that you can see here? Yes, we have the glass and also the steel. So here, the outer part of the tower is made up of glass and it is surrounded by steel support. For what reason? To make it stronger. Got it, guys? Very good. Here are different examples of towers, okay? The first one, okay, can you tell me what is this? Very good. That is the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Italy. Okay, so what is the material used in making this tower? Yes, so it is made of stone walls. Okay, how about this one? I think this is a very popular tower. What is this? Very good. This is the Eiffel Tower of Paris, France. So this tower is primarily made of steel walls. Okay. Here are other examples of towers or skyscrapers. Okay, so we have this one, which is the Burj Khalifa. We have also this, which is here in Riyadh. So the Kingdom Tower. And we have also this, which is found in Malaysia, the Twin Tower. Okay, but all these towers make use primarily of glass, concrete materials, and metals. But inside these towers, you might also see other materials. So particularly wood and other materials that we mentioned in the beginning of the lesson. Is that clear now to everyone? So, buildings are made up of different materials, not only of one materials, but different materials which are needed, and we always consider their properties for their uses. To wrap up our lesson, so we say that materials are combined to make or build things like houses and towers that we discuss in this video. Hopefully, everyone understood the lesson well and be ready to do the worksheet on the last day of the week. Okay? So, thank you again for listening and for your active participation, grade 2. And for our reminders, so first, you have to do your homework on your textbook, pages 46 to 47, and answer also the worksheets for this lesson. Again, this is Teacher Charlene saying thank you to all of you and wishing you all a nice day ahead. Continue studying and learning. Bye-bye.